Oh, yeah. Hello, how you guys doing? Welcome in, everybody. Welcome in. It is a glorious day. I am very hydrated. That's really all you need for a glorious day is water. That's that good stuff right there. Howdy was sorriest. That's true. That's when you're really sorry about being serious. Artificial, thank you so much for the 44.99 Turkish lira. I appreciate that, dude. Thank you for stopping by. I hope you will enjoy whatever part of the build process that you're able to witness here today. I'm pretty excited personally. The walls of Jericho with Joshua arise. Dude, Josh, I should get someone named Joshua to verify it. That'd be so funny. I probably won't do that. I'll probably just verify myself like a big boy. Oh, dude, I keep getting very brief headaches that come in waves. It's like 5 seconds of ow, 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 ow. Okay, we're done. I don't know why, but my headaches just, they be coming in waves today. They be hurting. It's pretty lame. Not a huge fan of that. I really hope that does not persist all day. I'm going to be really pissed. Guess who's not missing this stream? I think it's Cute Troll L. That's just my guess. Speaking of water, how you doing? Good to see you. Sounded like Owen Wilson there. Oh, wow. Ow, Mater. Ow, my headache. Ow. Oh, we got a Radiator Springs. I haven't seen Cars in so long. Are you going for 200k? What does that mean? What do you mean am I going for it? Like, no, I'm actually, I closed my subscribe button, so now no one can subscribe. I'm just going to end right here. I'm going to stop at 160. That's good enough for right now. I know he meant subs. It's just a dumb question. What does that mean I'm going for 200k? That's like I show up to your like 14th birthday party. I'm like, yo, dude, you going for 15? You going for that big 15? You're like, no, I'm going to stop here. Like, what kind of question is that? Can I get some backup here? What does that mean? What's going on, Cersei? Good to see you. Internal Galaxy. Hot dog wiener. Why would you say wiener twice? Never mind. Actually saying wiener twice is pretty cool. I approve. Can't stick around playing Uno with friends, so I've heard. You guys enjoyed that. And I'll be here when you're done, maybe. Yeah, bro. You going for 15? You going for 200k? That's so dumb. Oh my gosh. It's like, yo, do you want to keep living until you turn 15, or do you want to die right here? Like, how's that working? UFO gameplay is poopy buns. So people suck at making UFO gameplay, but there's nothing wrong with the UFO game mode. Either you suck at UFO gameplay, or you've only played people who suck at making UFO gameplay, if that makes sense. The problem always falls on the gameplay creator or the skill of the player. Like, there's nothing wrong. There's nothing wrong with the game mode itself. I mean, 200k buy more content videos. Yeah, that doesn't really help me at all. That makes even less sense. I feel the same way about like a lot of Spider gameplay. Spider gameplay is some of the worst in the game, but Spider is such a good game mode. It's a little glitchy, and Robtop hasn't really fixed a lot of the glitches with it, but oh yeah, here we are. We're getting it going. Any Geometry Dash memes I like? Dude, all of them are made by like 10-year-olds who aren't funny, so no, not really. I've seen like maybe 2 that have made me chuckle. Not much. People really be thinking they make sense. They are really, really adamant about how much sense they make when it's just completely wrong. It's not my favorite. Okay, I've got a different setup going on right now with a new keyboard. Can I play with SEO device? Is this cord gonna reach? Maybe not. I don't know. This might be bad. Okay, I can probably make this work. Oh my goodness, new keyboard. Not really new keyboard, but you know, it's... Listen to the ASMR, right? You guys will be able to tell it's not my normal keyboard right away. This is... What kind of keyboard is it? I forgot. A Keychron C1. I also have a Keychron K2. That's the loud one with the blue switches. I don't know what kind of switches these are, but... This one's much more quiet, you know. So if I'm playing a game where like a keyboard input is necessary, but... This one's pretty nice. Okay. That's most of the level so far. That's what we're working on. There's a few orbs. Yeah, there's a few. See, like, I don't know. It's hard to find a balance between too many orbs and not enough orbs, because if you just have blocks and slopes, your level is going to feel pretty boring for the most part. Like, orbs can send you in such unexpected directions to make gameplay a lot more dynamic, but if you only use orbs with no, like, blocks or slopes or anything, you're signing yourself up for really, really bad, inconsistent kind of gameplay, right? Like, if you're just bouncing on, like, 6 orbs in a row, if you mess up the timing on that first orb, you're gonna be, like, trying to make up for it for all the other inputs, and you're gonna feel, like, really awkward. It's very important to have blocks here and there to kind of reset everything, you know? Blocks are very important for consistency. Please do not just make orb onto orb onto orb onto orb kind of gameplay. Like, even in my most orb-heavy gameplay... See, like, there's never, like, more than, like, 2 or 3 orbs in a row. Like, here's 2 in a row, then there's a block. There's 1, there's a block. 1, there's a block. 1, there's a block. 1 block. 1 block. 1 block. 2. 1 block. 1 block. 2. Like, you gotta not have a ton of orbs all together without some blocks to kind of reset yourself, you know? The blocks really help make everything consistent. Orb chains for sure, F tier. Yeah, if there's no kind of structures around the orbs to kind of align your gameplay and direct you in the right direction, then yeah, orb chains are really dumb. I should make a whole video talking about, like, hey, you see this gameplay? Don't do that, please. It's a really complicated topic, though, and I really need to be able to articulate myself well if I'm going to justify making an entire video on how to make better gameplay. Because I have the knowledge, but, like, putting that knowledge into words and then putting those words into a short, concise video, that's really tough. Really, really tough. Booty Man, good to see you. Appreciate you stopping in. You guys enjoy that Uno. Alright, this is 3 times speed? Yeah. No, not quite. Wait. Okay. If it's like that one time from yesterday where I missed the slope the first time and then I got the slope the second time for no reason. Okay. You should make it not sync. I should make you banned in my stream chat. That's my personal opinion, if you were curious to hear that. What a ridiculous request. Gonna add spikes to prevent secret ways. The whole thing is gonna be, like, structured, so there's not really gonna be room for secret ways. Okay, so, like, I don't like this. Robtop, can we stop this, please? Like, look at the hitbox. Ready? Look at that. There's no gap. And look, like, maybe if you want to say there's, like, a pixel of a gap right here, that's not where I was. I was on the block right about here. It's ridiculous. I really don't understand why this is still an issue. W, so I'm glad you like it, man. Yeah, I do be loving some sync. I would not relinquish the sync aspect of this gameplay for any amount of money, I don't think. See, that's tricky. If someone's like, hey, make your level unsync and I would give you $1 billion, then I would probably do it. Because then I can just, make it again afterwards, but synced this time. Also, I'm going to be honest, I'm not losing interest in this level, but my interest in making my next idea for a project is growing, right? Like, I'm still enjoying the process of making this, but I have another idea for my next level, and that's getting me really excited. I won't talk about it much in case it doesn't end up happening. Like, so no promises I do end up doing this, but I'm entertaining the idea of making my own, like, Retta level. Like a Koa Retta, Waza Retta type deal. I think that would be really cool. I have, like, the perfect song for it, too. Nope, don't do that. John Geometry, what kind of stuff are you struggling with, gameplay-wise? Because I could try to provide tips, but, you know, there's a lot that comes to making gameplay. You know, there's a lot that goes into it, so I need to know what, like, specifically you're struggling with and what you need to improve. Okay, so I forgot the click pattern here. I think we jump here. Oh, that's really close, actually. I do not want this this ball dying. Can we do that? Yeah, let's do that. That'll be fine. Also, some games on the docket here. I recently remembered that Super Meat Boy turns 15 years old this year. That came out in 2010, so we're going to play through Super Meat Boy again soon. Also, Halo Reach, I believe, came out in 2010, so we'll do like a 15th birthday stream and play through that campaign. That campaign's pretty damn good. I don't really have a whole lot of Halo experience, but that shit's pretty fire. Basically for your style of gameplay and your layout. So, my philosophy is if you want to make layouts kind of like mine, it almost all boils down to a song that you like. So just pick out a song that you like. It doesn't need to be on Newgrounds. If you know how to do like a Nong, then I would highly recommend doing that. But just find any song that makes you feel something, you know? Any song that energizes you and gets you excited, or something that makes you really depressed, but in like a good way, you know? Like, man, these like chords or whatever in the song is really making me feel something. Good. Harness that emotion. And then once you have the song in your level, do your best to try to like make a playable music video. You know, you want your gameplay to reflect how the song makes you feel. So instead of making a level with some background music, you know, that's absolutely not the way you should go about making gameplay. Try your best to make the level look like it's part of the song. You want them to feel connected and intertwined, right? So just pay very close attention to, you know, each note, each chord, and each, like, drum beat or whatever, to try to, like, make your gameplay match whatever the song is doing, you know? The playable music video, that's kind of what you're going for. That is, it's kind of hard to describe, but that's the best way that I've found to describe it, and that is kind of the philosophy I apply to all my levels. So if that makes any sense to you, brilliant. If it doesn't, I don't know if I can really reword that in that many more ways. Yap, yap, yap. Okay, this guy's giving me, like, negative reasons to keep him around. I think I'm going to be done with that guy for half an hour. Ugh. That was my wrist and fingers. I don't know if you can hear those cracks. That's probably some, like, arthritis that's creeping up. Not entirely sure. That is a reality, you know, as I get older. Maybe it's just going to be like, hey, you can keep doing YouTube if you want your hands and wrists to feel terrible for the rest of your life. Because then I might need to be like, guys, I'm going to have to dial back my uploads to, like, once a month or something, you know, for the sake of my, like, literal hand health. I don't know. I could always hire, like, editors, I guess. I could do that if it really came down to it. I don't want to do that, though. I really think my own editing style, it's not like it can't be replicated, but, like, I just understand so much about my process that I feel like a lot of people wouldn't understand the first time. So, like, I don't know, I have a very particular thought process when it comes to what I put in my videos, and when I put in my videos, and when I cut, and when I add a cross dissolve or whatever. Like, there's a lot that's just, like, boiling down to me as a person. And, you know, you wouldn't get that if I hired an editor. You know, they might be the same. It's still me, so, like, still the same jokes and all that, but... Okay. That looks pretty good. I think this spike may need to move a little bit. I don't think the ball can get high enough to kill itself here, but just in case, I'll go ahead and do that. What's up, Flops? Good to see you. More good to see you, too. Bandwidth. It's like an internet reference or something. The RBT trio. Hey, what happened to BBB? Sync and beatboxing is equal to howdy heaven. True, I guess. First time catching a stream. Welcome, Start Effects. How you doing, man? Yeah, there is a shocking number of people who have, like, followed my channel for a long time. They watch, you know, all the videos. They know all about me, right? But they've never been to a stream. And I think that's kind of weird. Like, I get if, like, you just can't really handle, like, attention span-wise, you can't really handle a stream. Just a little bit too much going on. Not enough editing. Like, I get that. I don't personally relate so much, but that's a pretty common issue. Like, that's understandable. But yeah, it's kind of shocking how many people know all about me, but they've never been to a stream before. Like, I feel like you don't truly know much about Howdy until you've been to a stream, you know? You got to know what a stream is like. I'm probably going to just shrink this down and boost it with a little half block here. That big block is, like, it's looking pretty treacherous. Oh, why is it in between little, like, click spaces? Looks messy. Okay, let's try that, I guess. Please become black. It would be so funny. Yep, I was right. That was pretty funny. User. See, why are we saying this? If you can give me a good reason as for why you're saying this, then I will not ban you. But, I mean, I'm not going to ban you either way. I'm just going to, like, time you out. You're asking for my, like, GD username? He's like, just saying user a million times, that doesn't help anybody. If you'd like to, like, rephrase your question, I could try to help out. Okay, I think this needs to be set back a little bit. Okay. Start effects says howdy. Oh, yeah. My GD username is howdy, just without the hyphen. It's pretty much as easy as it gets. More like Jaws of Jericho. Isn't Jaws that big shark movie? I'm pretty sure that's it. People keep trying to tell me that that shark isn't named Jaws. Can I put my jaws in your baws? So true. Is this fair to mid? It is fair to mid-tier. You have a good ear, sir. Like, a big part of why I'm making this level is because Icosa is like, yeah, that song's cool. And I'm like, you know what? I should make another fair to midland level. Because I've made 2, and I was working on a 3rd and made, like, a whole, like, 60% of it. And then I gave up. Just kind of lost interest. My creative juices stopped flowing, dude. And that's pretty dangerous. So I started making this one. Speaking of good ears, you put the link to the song in chat. You're so true. Walls of Jericho. I just typed in wah. This is WAA. Wah. True. This is me when I'm really upset at YouTube and I take it out on the search bar. Okay, if you guys are interested in the song, it is called Walls of Jericho by Fair to Midland. The wah of Jericho. So true. So true, guys. How was that Clone Hero last night? I wasn't awake for much of that, but I did actually stop by. Howdy, I'm the guy you said couldn't read last time, remember? No. Do you have any idea how many children I have to say that to? That's like, imagine I ran a daycare, and you're like, hey, I was that annoying kid from the other day. You remember me? No. Imagine I work in, like the sewer, and then you're like, hey, I was that turd that floated by yesterday. You remember me? I'm trying to think of other analogies. That's like you're on the highway, and then this guy's like, hey, I was in that car that passed you. Do you remember me? Like, you know, the famous highways are notorious for only having one other vehicle cross your path ever. That's so true. I do remember you. Thank you for the reminder. I don't know. You guys are silly. I don't think you realize how few of you guys actually read. It's a little bit ridiculous. And, like, I'd be lying if I was, like, someone who always read everything. Like, I've skimmed through some stuff. I've glossed over some things if I feel like I get the point. Sometimes when I'm reading, like, directions on how to do something, I'll kind of skim it, and I get that. But, like, if I click on a stream, I'm not going to ask the streamer what's going on. I'm going to read the title. And the streamer put that title there specifically for you because he loves you. But we don't really consider that, do we? It's like when I work from home and someone says, "I was that rat, yeah?" And I say, there are so many rats in my current work location. Hello, Icos. I was just talking about you and how stinky you are. Okay. This feels like I'm about to die all the time, but, you know, everything looks okay. I guess I'm hanging in there. Probably gonna get rid of this and replace it with a little sob lady boy. Ooh, that's kind of scary, actually. And I think that'll be okay. That'll be alright. Is it because I didn't play Melee? No, it's for different reasons. Opinions on Robtop roasts. With the way he runs his game, he can't say he doesn't deserve them. I'm not quite sure what the extent of that question would be. I've certainly had some things to say about some Robtop, some choice words. Okay. Let's see, can we maybe jump up a slope here? That'd be pretty cool. Well, actually, just the one block might be pretty neat. If you could get roasted by Rob, would you? I don't really want to talk to that guy. Unless I could be like, hey, doofus, your game sucks in these, like, 30,000 different ways. Could you maybe try to fix, like, 4 of them? I think that'd be cool. If I could have a sit down with Robtop and be like, listen, bucko, your game really sucks in these, like, very important ways, and I feel like it'd be really easy to fix it. Can we do something about that? Ooh, maybe. You know? Let's see about this. I think that might be pretty cool. Isn't Bobby Bottoms the name of that guy from We Are Number One? True, yeah. That guy passed away. That's crazy, man. No! What if I wanted you to go opposite ways? We just need to go our separate ways. We're going in different directions. It's not you, it's me, bro. What if I did that? Whoa, that looks crazy. It looks like a scary eye. Ah! That's probably what I would sound like if I looked at a scary eye. Teach me to beatbox, I'm begging you. It's not very difficult. I mean, like, if you want to, like, win a beatboxing championship or something, go to competitions, yeah, I can't help you, but, like, you know how you say poop? You say poop. There you go. That's like half of what you need to know. And then if you want to do, like, snares, there's quite a few ways you can do that. Like, the classic would be, like, k, 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 where you say, like, let's say you say cock. Right? You got poop and cock. Poop, cock, poop, cock. This is so dumb. But yeah, like, that's a good way. That's a good way to make a snare. It's very, like, basic. K, k, k. There's also, like, an inhale. So, like, there's pretty much one way to do, like, the... There's one way to do that. There's no way to complicate the kick drum, right? The snare, there's a few ways you can do it. You can do between your lips instead of, like, you know, with your tongue. You can also inhale between your lips. So there's that. I kind of like putting my tongue in the back of my mouth, making it as wide as possible to where it touches, like, the roof of my mouth by the tops of both of my, like, back molars, if that makes sense. and then inhale through that. It's kind of hard to explain. And I realize I don't really explain how I make my snare sounds until just now. And then everything else you need to know is just... That's all you gotta do. Little hi-hat. So, practice by saying poop, cock, poop, cock. There you go. That's half of it right there. Now, if you want to really get into it, then there's a lot of breath control that really becomes an issue, right? Because you could go... You know, you're going to run out of breath, which is why I like doing the... So, you push out with the kick drum, you inhale with the snare, and that's about it. And if you can just kind of practice on controlling how much air you intake and kind of exhale and stuff, then you can keep your breath going. Is there a way I can, like... Yeah, okay, I can do that. It would look really silly, but... Anyway, I'm sure the dude who asked about beatboxing, like, left, like, an hour ago or something. I've just been talking to a brick wall, but there you go. If you ever wanted to know how to get started with beatboxing, easiest thing in the world you could possibly do. I mean, again, like, winning beatboxing tournaments, like, yeah, that's pretty difficult. But I'm talking boiling it down to its essence. Beatboxing is as easy as it gets. It does not get easier than that. It is the easiest musical experience that you could have. Like literally your mouth comes free with your Xbox, right? You can't tell me that you like, oh, I don't know, I haven't gotten around to beatboxing. You can do it anywhere, doofus. It's attached to you. Like, what do you mean you haven't gotten around to it? That's like being like, yeah, I know I should probably be breathing more. It's just, I don't know, I'm so busy all the time. Hey, I have news for you. Do you have any idea how much I beatbox when I'm, like, driving or working? Like, all you need is, like... to not be at, like, a funeral or something, like somewhere where you can't be dropping fat beats. Can't do it at, like, a funeral or something. And any other location where you need to be quiet. That's pretty much it. Besides that, your mouth is attached to you. You take it with you everywhere. So I don't want to hear the, oh, yeah, I don't know. Beatboxing's cool, I guess. Never got around to it. I'm going to get around to punching you in your mouth. And then you'd really wish you still had it so you could beatbox. First time catching stream high. How you doing? I'm threatening people. Yeah, some dude just asked me to give him a quick little, like, beatboxing lesson tutorial type deal. So we were just talking about how to make your poops and your cocks. Pretty cool stuff. Pretty educational. So I'm gonna mess with a little gravity trigger here. Not gravity trigger. What's it called? This thing. And then link the dual gravity, I think. Or unlink it. No, we want it to be linked, right? I can never remember. Because it's so, like, double negative confusing. Okay, that's kind of what I want to do. That's strange, though, because... the ball is, like... He's not completely independent. What if we both became cubes? This would look like... This is a very interesting looking contraption. Stick with me, though. What? Okay, well, that looks dumb. And I'm gonna punch you, I think. What's up, Way Epic? How you doing? We do that, and then, like, a red orb. See about some of that. Yes, Henry for the win. I'll do a showcase. Up. Oh, how do I save this? This wave's kind of tough. Oh, don't do that. Okay, that is what we have so far. Pretty sweet. I hope Icosa was there to see that, because I don't want to do it again if he shows up and he's like, hey, I have not seen this before, so play it again. You beating Lighting Road yesterday. Nice, dude. Very nice. That's like a top 10, I think. Not like top 10 hardest demons, but top 10 best levels of all time. By the way, still here. Thanks for the beatboxing advice. Where should I do it? Because I go on the public bus. You can do it quietly, you know. You could just, like, in a big crowded area, you could probably just do it. And kind of, like, mumble it to yourself or whatever, and no one's really going to know. It's like... You know. It's just... It's not that difficult, really. I don't know. You'll figure it out. You'll figure it out. Most of it just boils down to how much rhythm you possess as a person. And that's not really something you have to be in a particular location to practice. You can just freaking slap your lap while you're sitting down with your hands. You can do whatever you want. Yeah, a lot of people do be telling me, like, bro, your levels would be so cool if you decoed. And I'm like, but why is that the standard? Why do I have to decorate my levels for them to be cool? Why can't they be cool despite not having deco? Can't they just be cool layouts? Is that a possibility? There's a lot of people that are like, man, your level sure would have my interest if it were decorated. And I'm like, you fucking nerd. They either say that, or they're like, hey, nice EXO remake sequel, haha, loser. Maybe make an original level that's not an EXO fan level. I'm like, you buffoon, have you ever seen 1.0 blocks before? But, like, some people have only seen 1.0 blocks in EXO, and then they always think my levels are EXO remakes or some shit. It's so annoying. This community pisses me off. Not like my Howdy community, just the GD community in general. When does stream a bit ago? Okay, well, if you'd like to rephrase that into a way that I could respond to it, let me know. Oh my gosh. Where's the pic of the guy with the big cake? Okay, that's all you had to say. What's this? Oh yeah, true. True, that's facts, actually, that's facts. Okay guys, I have to show you something really quick. This one goes out to all the people who think my levels are EXO related. Oh! There you go. Stop copying Robtop. True. If we want to be an asshole about it, Robtop is copying whoever made Pong, because that's the first video game, and you can't make a video game without copying the people who made Pong. Actually, I don't know if that was the first video game. I don't know. Isn't how do you stream without guy with... I see what you're saying. Okay. That was a strange way to start your sentence, though. What do I do here? I'm at a crossroads, bro. I like this slope, right? I think it's pretty cool. I don't know if it has a place in our future, you know? What if I did that? Okay. That might be more consistent. I'm jumping here, and then I'm jumping here. So I don't jump on the slope. That doesn't mean a jump won't go through if I, like, hold down a little bit, but it shouldn't matter too much if there's, like, 2 blocks going on. I had a symmetrical dual wave. That's pretty boring, though. I can do better. You're going to beat Tidal Wave on August 25th, 2033. See, like, it's a lot of people's assumption that because Tidal Wave is, like, you know, the biggest, hardest demon, everybody wants to beat it someday. No, I do not. Like, if I was a top player, then sure, I'd go for it. But I'm not a top player, and I don't want to do that. I think that sounds miserable. That sounds like a horrible way to spend my time. And it probably would take me until September of 2023, you know, to beat it. Okay, now it looks a little strange. Let's see. Can I do this and make it look less strange? Okay, that looks pretty good. If I can just continue the pattern until you can't see it anymore, then the little, like, jagged edges will not show up. The D word. Ah! Which D word? There's a few of those. We have Dougal, we have Dingu, we have Dingleberry. We have, that's it, actually. That's all the D words. We found them. Opinion on gameplay that uses the ground a lot. Interesting. So just, like, gameplay that kind of just chills along here. Nothing really wrong with that. I mean, usually I want my gameplay to, like, rise and fall with whatever the song is doing, whatever I feel is most fitting. Do you stream on Twitch? No, Twitch is terrible, and I will avoid it like the plague for as long as I can. Unless, like, YouTube literally bans me from being able to stream. That's the only world where I'll do that. Okay. I think I'm pleased enough with this. I'll get rid of those for right now. Do you want me to decorate walls of Jericho? See, like, if someone was just like, yeah, let me decorate the whole thing, like, sure. I know it's not that easy. Because then I got to coordinate, like, deco style with the person, because I want this level to be as good as it can be. And if I don't like your style, well, then that's just not going to work. And a whole level, you're going to decorate this whole thing, it's going to take you months, dude. So I think people offer to decorate this level for me before really knowing what they're getting into. And I'd rather just them not offer at that point. Do consent you to turn in pizza? That's kind of the chat that I'm working with these days. Do you think Tidal Wave is a 9 circles level? I think it's just a wave level. Like, if you call Tidal Wave a 9 circles level, I feel like you gotta apply that same scrutiny to, like, Slaughterhouse. They're both wave-heavy levels where, you know, oh, it's the wave part, now there's a drop. And, like, I don't know. There's no 9 circles wave effect. What's that noise? That would be my neighbor who has started mowing his grass. There's nothing I can do about that, unfortunately. Hopefully he will move on from this area that is very close to my window, and then they will be quieter. Is Hell Aqua glow style? Oh, how is Hell Aqua or glow? Okay, that... Whew. Oh, brother. That's me in the background going brrrr. Add 2 dash orbs to hold, because the song goes like that. No. If I were going to hold dash orbs to match with the song, I would hold when he says ning for lightning. Yeah, so this right here would all be dash orb, and that would be boring. So I'm going to choose to sync to, like, the guitar and the drums and stuff. What's good, Howdy? I found your channel pretty recently, and it gives me a good laugh. Keep up the work and video style. Thanks, Big Paint. Big Paint, period. Appreciate that, man. Yeah, welcome in, welcome in. Hope you're having a good day today. I am freaking completely out of ideas for what to do for this part. It's always when the singer is holding a note for a really long time, I'm, like, completely lost about what to sync to, you know? Okay. I find myself wanting to click a little bit faster, maybe than I'm supposed to. So let me like maybe raise this a little bit. And we'll have to do this, which is not fun. Yeah, that might look pretty ugly. We'll give it a try, though. We'll give it a try. This will hopefully not look too bad. Oh, that's going to be weird for sure, yeah. Okay, give me these. You know, again, sorry about the neighbor mowing his grass. Not much I can do about that. Hey, bro, I get that, like, your grass is long, but do it later. Okay, I like that. So what if... Here's kind of just what my process looks like. What if I just switched gravity right here? How would that look? Would that look pretty cool? Ultroxis with the 2 pounds. Appreciate you. Finished the layout for the first time in months. Nice, dude. That is a very good feeling. And it is very difficult to finish a layout, so I feel for you, man. Yeah, congrats. Are you proud of the product? Okay. Okay. That looks kind of cool. I need to warp this because it's off by such a tiny amount of like pixels or whatever to where I can't fix that by scaling it. I think that's good. How you doing? How you doing? Pretty good, Sushi Gamer. Glad to see you. I'm at a little bit of a way shit. Okay, well, if we only get 4 way shits, I think I will let it slide. But if you keep spamming that, I'll have to spam the kill button on your life. So yeah, please reconsider your shenanigans. Do you know Caved Iced Go? No. How do you change online levels like EXO? What does that mean? What does that mean? Man, that's like half of the messages that just make me go, wow, what does that mean? What time is it in your American country, howdy? It is about 3 p.m. at the moment. Seeing sub-only mode is as infuriating as studying your toe. Like, dude, let me chat. I'm not subbing to a random person. Man, there's a lot of like 8-year-olds, I guess. Freaking preschool got out early today. Will you stop existing? It's disrespectful. True, my bad. What the frick is happening? This is what happens when there's no mod like consistently present to threaten the children, and it's just up to me. There's still daycare on Saturdays, I'm pretty sure. I'm positive. I've never been to one, but like probably. What just happened? You asshole! I gotta not hit this portal before the orb. Okay. Can I do some of that? Is that gonna be okay? Am I going to lives or am I going to dies? I was eating plant-based wings. It was urgent. Whoa, whoa. Now, I wasn't like pointing fingers as to why you weren't here or anything like that, but just an explanation as to what's going on. Plant-based wings, though. So there's no cartilagey, bony bullshit bits. It's just like, yeah. It's just stuff that tastes almost like chicken. Sandwich that tastes like sandwich with chicken. Ultroxis, thank you so much for the 2 more pounds. Appreciate that. Also going to deco the level. 2 out of 6 parts still open right now. Oh, sweet. Very nice. Well, if you guys are looking to do some decorating, get in contact with my boy Ultroxis. He might be able to employ your abilities. Okay, I think I'm pleased with this so far. It was really weird if I stopped thinking that it was okay. See, I don't want to be eating food like that. It's okay, just, I gotta go to my happy place to be able to enjoy this and not throw up. Like, that's not worth it, I don't think. Like, if it's the only food you have, obviously, like, yeah, you'd rather not starve. Man, that's interesting, though. Good luck. Good luck in the digestion process. If you die tomorrow, I'm gonna know that it was those wings that did it to you, man. That's pretty kooky. I'm not sure how I feel about that. See, like, I don't know. I get not wanting to support an industry that, like, kills animals and all that. Like, that, sure, I like animals. But, like, some of the stuff they be putting in, like, the vegan Impossible burgers, I can't believe it's not butter or whatever the fuck all that shit is. Like, dude, there's some wicked sorcery going on to concoct that shit. And I don't think you want to be putting that in your body, so it's kind of like you or the animals at some point. That's kind of how it feels for me. I certainly don't feel good eating anything like that. Were you impressed with how fast Eminem rapped in Godzilla? I think I could do better in my sleep. Those are my really fast rapping skills. I'm probably going to link this whole object because I'm going to need to edit it probably more than once, so it's going to get really annoying. I'm just having to select all these blocks again. Oh, yep, headache is back. Let's freaking go. How you doing, man? Good to see ya. How you been? How you hanging? How do you import songs to GD like you do with Espresso? Just download the song with like an MP3 converter, put it in your game files, and rename it to whatever you want. So like if I wanted this level to have Sabrina Carpenter Espresso, then I would put that song, I'd download it, put it in my files, and name it 969351. So now when I play this, it's Sabrina Carpenter Espresso. Easy peasy. Thoughts on Grief? I'm not playing it. My thoughts really don't matter. Okay, I like that. Okay, maybe some blockage right about here, and then we can get some kind of like 5-spike jump going or something like that. That'd be pretty satisfying, methinks. Is that too basic though? Because the cube is basically just going jump, 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 jump. You know, like I think it looks satisfying to watch. Let's see. There's maybe a double click here. There's a little double click there, indicated by the drums. Okay. How do you should make merch? I'd buy all of it. I should make merch. Oh, that'd be 2 little triple clicks. Okay. Interesting. What if I did this? Yeah, okay. I did hear about Sabrina Carpenter in Fortnite. I don't care about Fortnite, and if I did, I would definitely be a Star Wars character, so, like, it doesn't affect me either way. Yeah, okay, that's what I want. Sorry, Mom, not now. I'm watching Howdy at the moment. So, like, you should listen to your mom, though, but if this is, like, a hypothetical mother that you have that's telling you to do something at the moment, then that's fine. I don't want to start any beef with any real mothers by keeping their children away from what they should be doing. I love mothers. I would never do that to them. Fuck. My. Cool. Do you listen to Sabrina Carpenter often? Not really. I took a dive into her short and sweet album because I thought it might be pretty cool, and it was. I think most of the songs on there were pretty cool. She was kind of showcasing a pretty diverse array of genres that she can pull off. Lyrically, I was not terribly impressed with what was happening, but that's nothing new. What if I do some of that? Not like she can't write like a good song with like catchy lyrics or whatever. It's just that it's mostly about that sex. About freaking copulating. That's not quite my jive. Ooh, that's kind of cool. That's weird, though. So the cube buffers the timing because it saves this input. But the ball has to do it late. That's interesting. Okay. It's kind of tricky, though. So what if I just set this even farther back so the cube couldn't buffer it? Ooh, that's kind of strange. Okay. Weird. Okay, I think I might want to do that, actually. That's pretty sweet. I click. My click. Go no click. That's not what I said. I think it was I click my click no click, though. I only know that because people have actually, like, timestamped that quote in the comments a lot. How do you want to know something? I'd actually prefer to know nothing, so shut it. No, I'm just kidding. What you got? What you got? Do you have kids and do they watch your videos? Thankfully, no. Thankfully, no to the them watching my videos part, but, like, I think having kids would be cool, but I don't know. I think I would be a cool dad in some ways, but then, like, actually don't watch my videos. That's not good for you. You can watch them when you're 30 and married. Did you know that Vegan Teacher was in one of Vortrox's streams? She posted a short. So, like, she walked in the door in Vortrox's room or whatever, and she's like, hey, guys, I just posted a short. Be sure to go follow me on YouTube. Hit the like and subscribe. No, go see. No, I will absolutely not do that. You can explain what happened in better detail, or I will forget about it forever. Those are your two options. Interesting. And then there's a psh, psh, there's like a two crash symbols right there. They are 30 but not married. Sorry, bud. Parental controls are still on. True, true. My son is 85 years old, and he's still not allowed to use his iPad without supervision. Jericho? Like Chris Jericho? Famous WWE wrestler? That's what I hear, but no. This is like the city with the walls that fell in the Bible. Real. WWE is very much not real. None of these wrestlers are in the Bible. What do you think about Dream becoming a VTuber? So is this like you had a dream where you became one? Or do you just generally dream of becoming a VTuber someday? All you really need to do is like get like a motion tracker or whatever, make an avatar, and then start streaming. That's pretty much it. You become a VTuber. Like if you want to make a living doing VTubing, that's a different thing. But ooh, maybe two blacks. Guys, you up for two blacks? What do you guys think about that? Okay, so that was weird because I buffered it. So don't do that. Don't do that. We can't buffer it. We're gonna hit it right there. Yeah, okay, so this is the black zone. Have you ever been to the black zone? Let's do some of that. See how that works. Yeah, okay. I'm liking this. And then we can just copy. Maybe do that. That's kind of what I'm looking for. What's up, Shigo? How you doing? No, okay, that messed up. So I buffered that with the cube. We can't do that. Okay, yeah, that's what I want. Shigo, rated member for 7 months. Thank you so much for that renewal. Good to see you. 7 months as howdy member. Oh, yeah. More than halfway to a year already. That's nuts, actually. That's crazy. Yeah, it's, man, being a YouTuber really puts into perspective how fast time goes because you have a catalog of, oh, I remember that video. That was a year ago? There's no way. That happens all the time. Every time I look at a video of mine like 9 months ago, I feel like I did that like last Thursday. What are you talking about? Maybe try some espresso gameplay or something lmao. What do you mean? I'm making this gameplay right now. Why are you recommending that I start making espresso? I finished espresso. Espresso's gameplay is done already. What are you talking about? What are you speaking of? Dude, I swear every other message, like literally 50% of my chat has been the most mind-bogglingly stupid claim or remark or sentence, or at least something that needs a lot more elaboration to make sense. Like, it is crazy. It is crazy. Vegan teacher was watching one of Vortrox's streams. She was trying to be corn process. Huh. Cool. Will be your next new hardest. I don't really have a desire to go for a new hardest right now. I'm in the market for another Extreme Demon to go for, but I don't need it to be a new hardest. Okay, so this is I kind of want to do maybe UFO and Spider. That'd be pretty fun. Probably Spider on the bottom, UFO on the top, I'm thinking. Husky, with the 1 gifted membership. I appreciate that, dude. Thank you very much. This one going to Unfinished Bread. Delicious. That is the most scrumptious person to be subscribed to me so far. Well, that's pretty awesome news. Thank you so much, man. Scrumptious Unfinished Bread. You enjoy that, Why is this not... There we go. I don't know why the Z order matters more than the Z layer with portals. That makes no sense. But yeah, dude, we love Unfinished Bread. You enjoy that membership with the emojis and the badge and the yellow, not yellow name, the green name, the credit at the end of the videos, all that good stuff. Glad to have you, man. Thank you, Husky. Very generous of you. Did you get Saturday off or not so much? What was the verdict on that? Have a good one, Sushi Gamer. Take it easy. Yeah, okay. What if it's finished baking? Ooh, so is this like bread that's been fully like baked and just no one's eaten it yet? Or is it like some dough that's not finished baking? What kind of unfinished is this? Any tips for layouts? Yes. Find a song that you're passionate about. Find a song that makes you feel something, gets you energized and pumped up, or makes you feel really sad or feel really cool, whatever it is. Find that song. And do your best to turn your gameplay into a playable music video for the song. You want your level to feel like it's connected to the song. You don't want it to feel like, oh yeah, I made some gameplay and then put some music in the background. No, that is like the worst possible outcome for your level. Please do not make unrelated gameplay with background music, right? That's terrible. Please do not do that. Try to get your gameplay to match whatever the song is doing. You want it to feel like you're watching a music video for a song, but you can actually play the music video, right? That's the ultimate goal, at least for me. That's how I go about making my layouts, and it works for me pretty well, I think. GD levels, true. I'm late, I'm so sad. Well, that's just not necessary, Vandalism, because you made it. Some people didn't even make it, you know what I'm saying? I'm just happy to see you in any capacity, bro. I can do that maybe. I'm not going to worry too much about structuring. I'm doing a good thing with the gameplay right now. I'll stick with that. Okay, how do I want to get this spider. So I may use a spider orb right about here. Gonna need to be on top layer so you can see it over the portal. Yeah, there you go. Something like that. So this is the floor right here. We don't need that. Do that. Maybe some blocks over here with some pads on it or something. Underneath where the portal is, or I guess above. Favorite game mode? I like Cube, Wave, and UFO. Ship is okay. It's much worse now that 2.2 ruined the physics. I think Ball and Spider have a lot of potential, but people generally suck at making gameplay as a whole, but especially they suck at Ball, Spider, and UFO gameplay. And Robot as well. Okay, that's what I want right there. What was I saying? Gameplay, yeah, gameplay. So, if I could pick duel, I'm just gonna say duel. Like, that duel is my favorite game mode, if I can say that. Oh no, no, I became a UFO. That's not good. My head. Ooh, ow, 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 ow. Okay, headache gone. Okay, I like that. Opinions on Jonathan GD, not really my cup of tea. I think his gameplay is poopy most of the time. He's capable of good gameplay, but he also makes some of the worst shit I've ever seen. And, like, his gameplay isn't nearly as bad as his balancing. Like, his balancing is the true, like, cry for help. Like, we need to provide aid to this guy, you know? If I made level dedicated to you and it got rated, would you play? I mean, that kind of happened with Howdy Circles, so sure. Yeah. Why is Bro obsessed with making sync gameplay? Because it's the best kind of gameplay. Imagine you're surrounded by people eating a big poop on a dinner plate with their fork and their knife. And then there's this guy who runs a food truck and he makes actual, like, good food. And then everyone else eating the poop is like, dude, why is that guy so obsessed with that food truck? He's crushing on the guy working there or something. There's no explanation for why he keeps going back there. Dude, everyone around me in this game is playing just absolute shit, making absolute shit. I'm the guy trying to say, hey, what if I made something good? What if I made, like, some sync gameplay that's good? Everyone else makes sync gameplay that's bad. So yeah. I'm the guy eating from the food truck. Everyone else is eating poop. And then they're like, wow, that guy's so weird. He only eats from that food truck. That's so weird. He's just obsessed with the food truck. You know what I'm saying? That's the best analogy I can come up with for right now. What I'm trying to say is the community is full of poop eaters. I'm a poop maker, dude. I make the poop by eating the food and digesting it. You know what I'm saying? My favorite YouTuber, I like Grapefruit, JFJ, Awesome Sauce, Summoning Salt is really great. Peanut is really great. Peanut Little Mac. Who else do I watch? Wendigoon's pretty great. Wii Super's pretty great. Melee Moments pretty great. Yeah, that's a good summary, I feel. Hello, howdy, are you from Texas? Well, does this answer your question? That emoji that I sent? What song would you like the level to have? I think you'll make a better level if you choose the song, if you choose a song that means something to you. Like, if I choose the song and you just make gameplay to it, but, like, you don't care about the song, you're not passionate about it, then you're not going to make a very good level, I don't think. So I think you should pick the song. Whatever you're most passionate about, that would be my ultimate advice to you. But if you insist on using something that I like, then I would recommend the Falling Mists by Dim Rain. Okay. What if... About Real Deco and Robtop Deco. I played Bly's Last Orbit. My laptop almost lifted off because of the fans. That's when I realized how underrated your / Robtop's Deco is. So basically you're saying something that doesn't make your computer crash is underrated. True. What difficulty should it be? I mean, I'm not going to have a lot of motivation to play a level that's like insane / extreme demon, especially not like memory stuff. So if you want to make it something that I could cram into like an afternoon maybe, I'd recommend not much harder than like a medium demon or so. But again, I think you should make whatever gameplay you feel most inspired to make right now. That's how you're going to make the best level. If you just ask me every detail and how you want it to be, that's me making the level through you, in which case the level's going to end up like crap. I think it should come from you as a person and come from your ideas. That's the best level it's going to be. But that being said, I'd recommend around Easy Demon or so. Taking so many notes right now, lol. So like, that's fine, I guess, if you want to take notes. I just would urge you to not refer to only the notes when you make the level. Ever make a layout with the song Chest Pain? I love the song. I don't know what that song is. If you could tell me who made it, that might help me narrow it down if I've heard of it before, but I don't think I'm aware of this song. Okay, so there's a snare right here. Quite a sharp snare that makes me feel like I should move in a very sharp direction. Maybe I could do a double black orb thing? Oh no, but no, I don't want that. I want a red orb for this one, so it kind of follows the arc, right? Yeah, okay. Ultraxis with the 2 pounds, appreciate it. I got 2 decorators from chat. Let's see what happens, okay. I hope that shakes out well for you, man. Taking decorators from a howdy chat, that might go horribly, but I don't know. There's some talent in here. I'm not gonna say there's not. Okay, that's kind of weird. What if I do that? Ooh, that's kind of cool. Okay. What if I made it even smaller and did a yellow orb instead? That might be cool. That might be cool. Do you think Grief is a good top one? Honestly, I don't think any top ones have had, like, good gameplay in a while. I think Acheron had some cool stuff happening. Tartarus was, like, okay. Zodiac was pretty alright. I didn't think Bloodlust was very good. Tidal Wave's fine. I think most of the cube gameplay is pretty shit, but like, again, my opinion doesn't matter, because I'm never ever going to beat anything like that. I do have a Discord, it is just not public. Ooh, yeah, okay. I have an idea. Okay, this might be pretty dumb, but like... Ooh, this will be really funny if I can pull it off. I kind of want my my spider and my UFO to kind of alternate. Like, UFO jumps when the spider can't. Spider jumps when the UFO can't. And then UFO jumps again. Oh, that's so dumb. That's so dumb. Probably not. Oof, there goes my head again. Damn. What difficulty is this gonna be? So, like... If you refer to the title of the stream that you clicked on, and the title that you read, hopefully, you may find your answer. Ooh, yep, my head hurts. My head hurts.
I am in your walls.
That's some pretty clever humor right there. I've never heard anyone claim that they were in my walls or my basement. Oh, why does my head hurt? It feels terrible. If I die tomorrow from tumor in my brain, then you know what happened. Posted the layout in the Discord, by the way. Sweet. Ultraroxys, thank you so much for the 2 more. I will be sure to check that out. I kind of like what's going on here, but the UFO doesn't... He doesn't want to jump right here. There's no point in that. Interesting. Okay. Man, dual gameplay is really hard. It is very, very tedious to make dual gameplay that you're happy with. No, I'm not going to do that because then the spider's going to hit that slope. That's not good. Okay, here we go. We got something cooking, maybe. Maybe we could red orbit up for the UFO just to get him out of there. Give him some space. Okay, let's try that. Okay, I think the spider I'm content having land on some of these. And then probably a green orb after that will feel best. Maybe red pads. I don't know if the yellows are going to send me high enough. Happy 2nd birthday, howdy. 2nd? Am I missing something? No, this is my 1st. You're right. Oh, wow. That's pretty high. Never mind. We're good. I'll probably space this out with a half block instead. Yeah, that's a little bit too early. I do like the general shape of what's happening, though. Isn't General Shape that guy from Star Wars with the 4 arms? It's my favorite movie. Adventures of General Shape. Okay. I think I'm pleased with what's happening with the spider. Now I just need to make sure the UFO doesn't get too bored. It is actually my dad's birthday. Dude! 10 days after my birthday. That's pretty sick. You tell your dad that Howdy says happy birthday and that he loves him. Unless you think that would weird him out, in which case you don't have to say that. Corny Cobb, good to see you. How you doing? Going for Back on Track's my new hardest. I used to be Avernus yesterday. Brilliant humor. Just never gets old, you know? What if I do some of this? Okay. Maybe we can work with this. Man, these streams, the streams where I'm just thinking as hard as I can about what I want my gameplay to do. These are tough. These are tough. Let's give that a try. Oh, okay, I have an idea. What if we hit this, bonk our heads, fall down onto the spikes, and kill ourselves? That's not fun. So, in order to not die, we have to hit, click right about here on a blue orb that will send us back down. That'd be kind of nice. Let's see about that. So just hitting the orb, the red orb does not kill us on the spike, sadly. We're going to need, in that case, we're going to need to hit our heads on a straight block. Not a gay block. No, no, no. The gay blocks do not kill us. We need to die, so straight blocks is where it's at. This, I think, will hit this, land on the spike, and that's no bueno. We probably will need to make this one a small spike in that case. All we want is that blue orb to be necessary. We don't need any kind of difficult timing. We don't need it to be just the right difficulty or anything. No, that also doesn't kill me. Okay. Well, we can just make shit up. We can always do that. Corny Cobb, epic member for 9 months. That's nuts, dude. That's like baby time. That is a lot of freaking money. I appreciate that, man. Thank you very much. I'm been member for 9 months. I have no idea what to say. I'm Bo-Rad. It's very nice. I hope this stream can somewhat cure your boredom. I hope your whole healing process has been doing okay since that work injury. Hope you're doing all right. Let's maybe try that. So you're undeniably going to die here, right? Like, there's nothing you can do to not die there. I'll also make it so that there's something here that keeps you from just riding the slope for whatever reason. That's too big, I think. I'll probably need to saw blade it up. Also, I got new headphones. Got new headphones. I replaced my ones that died after freaking fighting tooth and nail with the freaking company that made my headphones. I'm like, hey, these things are defective. I need a replacement. Look, I have a 2-year warranty and it's not expired yet. Help me. And it was really difficult to get them to help me because, no one wants to give away free headphones, but like it was their fault. So they did give me a gift card, which I used to buy another pair. Okay. Instead of blue, I like everything about this part that's going on right here, except for maybe that I want this to be a black orb with one of these. This is one where, you hit the portal first and then you hit the orb. That's kind of the intended thing right there. Okay. And then we should have a similar thing right here. So the floor is there, I think. So this will get sent up by the yellow pads at the same time as the spider, roughly. I mean, the spider's instant teleportation. This is very much not, unless we wanted to do a spider orb, which I guess we could. Okay, what happened there? I hit this too late. I think that's fine. That's fine, honestly. I don't need to teleport orb there. So what are you doing? Get back in formation. Get back in formation, Private. This is me when... No, I'm not going to say that. That's gross. Let's try that. Spidey orb. True. Spidey orb. Spidey orb. Teleports you instantly. Okay. I'm kind of... I don't know. This is sketchy right here. I don't want to touch that spike. I guess I could just shrink it. Could always just shrink it. Let's give that a try. Okay, and then for the spider, I would rather be moving in interesting directions along a slope here. That'd be kind of nice. Ooh, that's nice. Nice and dynamic. I like the flow going on there. Favorite movie / TV series? I like Revenge of the Sith a lot. Revenge of the Sith is pretty awesome. I just recently saw that in theaters for the like 20th anniversary re-release. Pretty damn sick. Love that. So that's one of my favorite movies for sure. And I'm aware it's not like, you know, the greatest movie, but I don't care. That's fine. I would like to maybe do that. Is that gonna bug out the slope, or is that gonna be okay? That'd be really cool if I can keep that. Like, I like that a lot. I don't know if that's buggy or gonna kill me or something. Yeah, let's try to go on with that. Yeah, Revenge of the Sith, great movie. The Prince of Egypt is a really, really good movie. I like Bedazzled with Brendan Fraser and Liz Hurley. That's a really great, like, comedy adventure kind of thing. It's just a very, very sweet movie. I like that movie. Okay, I think that's perfect. Yeah, that doesn't look bad at all, actually. That looks pretty much... I don't know. That looks pretty seamless to me. I don't really see any kind of issues there. Okay, well, these blocks aren't, like, perfect. You know, maybe just to make sure it's perfect, let me just make the structure first, and then I'll stretch the whole thing, right? Let's do that. Old man alert. So, what triggered the alarms? Have I done anything old recently? I don't think so. I'm just liking movies, bro. Then favorite TV show. I like The Chosen and Whose Line Is It Anyway? Invincible's pretty good. I've been watching that Reacher show with, what's his name? Alan Richson. That's pretty sweet. So I can't get this to be perfect. You see that? It's like overlapping just a little bit, and you zoom out, now it's perfect. You zoom in, overlapping. I really wish there was a more seamless way to kind of get all these together. That's too bad. So I'll need to do that. That'll have to do for now. It's gonna look a little janky, but that's just how the cookie crumbles. Have you watched One Piece? Nope. I have almost no interest in One Piece. I do have slight interest in One Piece, but like, gosh damn, can we not have million episode? And like, it's not like there's just a million episodes worth of content to cover. I know that's not true. I know you could squeeze in enough content to shorten, like, I don't know. I feel like the episodes just don't have enough going on. And they're like intentionally making it really slow. I feel like you could really dial that series down to like 500 episodes or something, which is still a shit ton. Still a shit ton of episodes. I feel like there really don't need to be 1,000 of them, right? We can just cut out some of the filth, skip some of the recaps, boom, 500 episodes instead of freaking 1,200. I don't think it's that much to ask, right? Not much to ask. So because of that, I have no interest in actively pursuing some One Piece adventures. And I know I could just, like, you know, put some on in the background while I work or something and get through the series pretty quickly, but, like, then I'm not going to know what's happening. I'm not going to have paid attention. So if I'm not going to give the series my, like, full attention, right? I'm not going to give it a full try, then I'm just not going to do it. How'd you get your username? It's just my initials. I have 2 last names. So I'm like, you know what? Hyphenated last name? Hyphenated D? Dude, makes sense. Let's do it. I understand why some people can't come up with cool usernames, because, like, maybe their initials didn't set them up for anything. Let's give that a try. How's your wife doing? My wife's pretty freaking awesome. I think she won the Greatest Wife Award yesterday at the spousal award ceremonies. It's a pretty big deal. Let's do some of that. Pretty sweet. Favorite emoji I use? I'm just gonna like type out all the emojis that I use. That one, that one, that one, that one, that one, that one, that one. That one. Now where is it? There's one emoji that might just be my complete favorite. Maybe that's it. I think that, I don't know. This is like the like Windows version of the emoji, so they don't look like awesome, but yeah, those are my favorites. I like using the brain emoji when I'm really smart, and then I also like using the plane landing emoji when I'm really smart. Slope up the UFO from here. What does that mean, slope it up from here? Why is there? I like the praying emoji a lot. That's probably my most used emoji. You could call that my emoji goat. Okay, I'm hitting these surprisingly early. I didn't think I would, so let's do that, I guess. Do you know how slopes fling you up? Howdy? Yeah. Okay. What? Interesting. I'm tapping so lightly, I don't even have a chance to jump there. What if I do red pads into another green orb? Then they would be all matching. They'd be so cute. Be so cute together. Song? See, it's pinned at the top of chat just for you. I knew that you would show up here and ask for the song, which is why I put it up there. So I hope you enjoy that. 9 circles is not... I mean, like, any level can be a jump in any direction. But, like, I don't think that's an unreasonable jump. You got it. I was saying use that fling up physics for the following UFO jump. I see. I may end up doing, like, this kind of deal. But one of those that you have to hit, like, the blue orb before. We'll see. Nope, don't do that. It's okay. It's okay. The red orb or the red pads really don't send me any higher than the yellow ones for the spider. Why can't they just be called ramps? I mean, that's fine. Do I work out? Not like on a consistent schedule, but just generally, yes. I think exercise is pretty important. To make this more consistent... Oh, that's really close to killing me, actually. Can I maybe space that out? With like a half block? Is that going to be safe? Maybe? Let's have that as a placeholder right now, and then also maybe do that. Let's see about that. That might be more consistent. Let's try that. That should be more consistent, I think. As much as I want to freaking hit the pads on a nice slope, it looks really cool, but like it is pretty inconsistent. Not worth it, I don't think. Imagine Howdy's buff. Hold on. I have an image. Let's see if I can just find it in my files. Oh, really? Do I not have it? What? How do I not have this? I know for a fact I used this image recently. Did I not, like, name it anything? What? How do I not have this image? This is a crime. I am now doing illegal activities. There's no way. There's no way. I know it was like... Yeah, okay. Okay. So compared to this guy, I would look pretty buff, right? But if you compare me to like any bodybuilder, I'm gonna look like this guy by comparison, right? So compared to this guy, I'm buff. Compared to like a real buff guy, I look like this guy. I feel like that covers all the bases. I need to go do homework. True. What countries have you been to? The United States, and that is it. Traveling is way too fucking expensive. What if I black it up with the UFO, but not with the spider? I maybe want to, like, group up both of the duels in, like, a big pile of slopes so that they can both end up at the same location at the same time. Just for a maximum consistency transition, right? That'd be pretty cool. I think I'll try that. But I'll do this, though, so the black orb is still necessary, right? Let me just do that, actually. Doesn't that look so cute? Alright, cool. Did you hear that I'm getting a new speed cube tomorrow? No, I am not caught up with my Thamptoniomoxide lore. Okay, and then the spider, I think I'll probably use a yellow orb to dodge some kind of big nasty saw blade right here. That'd be pretty cool, I think. Who is Cake Man? Give me his ad now! I need him. That's just Hungry Box, bro. What? You bastard. Can't believe you did this to me. Okay, I should probably go to sleep now. Goodbye, Howdy. Have fun making the level. Thank you, Cute Twirl. You have fun sleeping off a hard day's work. I hope you enjoy that. Have a good day tomorrow. Appreciate you lurking for a while. Always nice to see you. Stay hydrated. Excuse me. Okay, that's kind of cool. I like that. Probably ignore this for right now and replace it with a smaller one just so it looks nicer. Yeah, that's cool. Both of these orbs are very necessary, so you can't skip them. We like that. Do you use CFOP? What did that mean? What did that mean? What did that mean? Hey, Rubik's Cube users. Oh, here comes the ad. Here comes the commercial. What phobias do I have? Not really a fan of, like, deep waters and, like, really strong ocean and river currents. Have no desire for screwing with any of that, so I'd like being a surfer would be like one of the last things I would do. That's about it. Trypophobia looks gross, but like I don't care. Arachnophobia, no, don't care. As long as it's not like a black widow biting me 100 times, I'm fine. Yeah, no real phobias I can think of. Not super comfortable with heights, but I wouldn't really call it a phobia. We don't want that. Okay. So we're becoming a hot single in our area by doing this. What should we become, though? I think maybe a ship would be nice. Yeah, okay, I can work with this. We'll give ship a try. I'm not doing swing. No, that's not a game mode. That doesn't count. No, why? Why is it a UFO, and why is the camera all fucky-wucky? Okay, what if... What if we did this? Can I do that? Would that be safe? Give that a try, maybe? Will you try fake Roblox GD games? Maybe? Yeah, that should be okay. I'm gonna get a snacky. Sounds good, dude. You enjoy that snacky. Yeah, I think that has potential to be pretty fun, playing fake Roblox GD games and stuff. Yeah, you meant the dual ball swing. There you go. That's an actual, like, game mode. I might do that, actually. I might do that. Interesting. Okay. Okay, hold on. Hold on. We got some cogs. We got some cogs moving in my old brain. So what if... Hear us out, right? What if we use a red orb instead of a yellow? Okay. And what if we did that? Oh, CFOP is an algorithm for Rubik's Cube 3x3. I'm not a cuber. Cool. Okay. I like this. I like this. We're going to try this for right now. Can I get sent not quite so high, maybe? Oh, becoming mini. Becoming mini would help, probably. What if I became mini right here? We can become big whenever. What was that? So this needs to not happen. Do you understand? That's really stupid. Don't do that. Where do I need to put you to where you're not going to screw shit up? Okay, this is what we need. This is what we need. Probably we can just scrape by with a yellow orb at this point. And then we can become big here. I do remember you asking about beatboxing from like an hour ago. Good luck with Ultrox's level. I hope you are able to convey your creative potential. Are you still streaming? What kind of question is that? You guys are so silly. Trying to make a level to a song I like. Wait, making a level to a song. Oh, I see what you're saying. So making a level to a song that you like ruins the song for you. I like that. Okay. That looks pretty good, I think. We can scoot this back now. Doesn't need to be so far away. It's the question. What does that mean? What does that mean? Then to ship all of a sudden. Why does it look similar? Lol at howdy. Okay. Will you finish the level this stream? If I decide to stream for like 26 hours, then yes. But considering I'm probably going to end stream within the next hour, no. Yeah, I only make songs, or I only make layouts to songs that I like. And, like, maybe it makes me appreciate the song a little bit less once I've heard it 100,000 times. But, like, it's a duty. I owe it to the song to make a level to it. You know what I'm saying? I don't care how boring it gets. I don't care how sick of hearing it I am at the end of the experience. I need to appreciate this song by making a level for it. How can I make this look not bad? Okay, that should be okay. What if I... That might look really dumb. You know what? Let's give this a try, right? Yeah, let's try that. Again, might look dumb, but this is the game we play, you know? These are the risks we take. Maybe I really want that line to piss off. It's so hard to see. Okay, there we go. That looks mostly okay. Making a layout takes 26 hours for me. That's just a little guess as to how long it would take me to finish this level, because I gotta freaking meticulously plan out each click of the gameplay and also structure it to where it looks like a complete level like this. So yeah, it takes a long time. Usually takes me months worth of streams to make a single layout. Why do you do? So true. Thank you for the thought-provoking question. So I'm not doing that. Some half blocks over here, maybe? That's a little scary, though. It's a little scary. I might become mini again. Yeah, I don't know. I think I would have to, right? Can I do this and still be okay? Okay, that looks pretty good, right? It launches me in here. I'm coasting along this, I guess. I'd rather, like, be actually stuck there, right? Maybe I can become big once I'm in here. That'd be nice. Is there going to be a creator contest for this? If there is, what style? Probably not, because, like, with espresso, there's a chance it gets rated if I can get it decorated, right? This has zero chance of getting rated, even if I do get the best decorators ever. So, like, probably no point. Okay, that looks pretty good. Flip Kid, thanks so much for the $2, dude. Appreciate that. Hi yourself, how you doing? Hope you're having an awesome day today. I hope you are chilling, finding it easier to go about your day than I'm finding it to make this level, because I'm kind of stumped. Dual gameplay does that to you. What dual gameplay does to an MF. Game name? Yeah, he actually doesn't know what Geometry Dash is. Okay, do a little bit more structuring here, kind of planning out what things are going to look like. That's a little scary. I'll do that instead. Something like that. Does the level need to be rated for there to be a point? If I'm just going to go to the effort to get this decorated, either by myself or like a bunch of creators in a contest, it's going to feel a lot less worth it if the community, like, oh, that's cool, but it's not rated, so who cares, you know? Like, I don't really have enough time and energy to freaking host a contest for every one of my levels and get every one of them decorated. That would take so long. Probably not worth the effort for me. I like you. Please don't spontaneously combust. No promises, man. That's the way the howdy burns. That's such a funny message. I like that one. Got 81 on toe 2. Nice. Keep it up, man. You got it. Okay. Now, so this is where we're at. This is what we want. That right there, because we're swinging it up. We are swinging it up. I don't know if you guys know, but if you do some spider swing, don't know why, but it looks super cool. I don't know why spider swings looks amazing. I guess this one doesn't need to be a spider, but it would be kind of cool. They had joint custody of the game mode. What time is it for you? For me, it's 11 p.m. It's 4 p.m. for me. You are 2 hours ahead of me. Okay, so that kills you. Cool. Oh, wait. If I get rid of the spider portal, will it not kill me? So, well, why does it not work, though? I clicked right here, and it didn't do it. Oh, because I unlinked the dual gravity, right? Yeah, okay. So, once we get here, options trigger right here, unlink the dual gravity off, right? What the hell? Well, why does it just not work? You asshole. Okay. Well, I guess we are moving this up a block and making this a spider. Maybe it's just because they're differing game modes. Like, maybe that is what we needed all along. Why do you always pause instantly when you reach the end of the gameplay? Just let it flow 1 second, get the idea of what you're going to build, see how to lead up to it. I mean, like, that doesn't really help me. I just don't want... here's what I avoid. There we go. Okay, so I just need to make sure the gameplay works. But, like, I don't know. I guess I don't think about it that much. It doesn't really help me get a better vision if I just let it play out. Because, like, this is so far in the future. I'm wasting my time thinking about this stuff over here. I got to think about what's happening here and now. Emo song, me no like. What kind of music do you like, Anton? What you got? This will determine how hard I bully you. Because I didn't make it. I didn't make it that time. Did I hit the mini? Hi, howdy. You were in a Sicky video. I think I knew about that, but I don't watch Sicky videos. I've never seen one. So if he makes videos on like people who need to get canceled, then maybe I should be worried, right? But as far as I'm aware, that doesn't really concern me. Cool, I think it's cool. Favorite GD songs? I like a lot of Dim Rain. Dim Rain's really great. Specifically, the Falling Mists. Goodness gracious. I just really want to talk about Oceans. I couldn't stop myself. I'm like, dude, Pacific though? Let's talk about that. I don't listen to music. Okay, so like your opinion has been completely invalidated. If you say, oh, emo song, I don't like it, like, sure, that's an opinion, but if your opinion as a whole is just, yeah, I don't listen to music, then, like, I'm not going to listen to anything you have to say. Favorite NCS, I don't know. Turi Ip Ip. That's it right there. That's my favorite NCS. This is judgment, having emo music, your punishment is death, sure. When you said, why is it white and not white? I don't think that's what I said. I think you're misquoting me, but like, I understand. I understand what part of the video you're talking about. Okay, so we're gonna need some kind of orb to kickstart our journey here. Maybe a black orb. Let's see how this works. Why is it white and then it's not white? Racism. I think that's probably a little closer. Okay, alright. That's a good start. I want to distance myself from the spike right here with the first orb, so the black will do just fine. Probably need some kind of something like that, maybe? Carter Marshall, good to see you. Welcome in. Man, I'm fed. Uh-oh. The cops. Why does that not work? Am I really going to need to put a spider orb here because I can't consistently click here? That's such dumb jank. I hate that shit so much. Okay, and then I didn't make it that time. Interesting. So, to make this more consistent, I'll probably need a gravity trigger. Right here. For player 1. A little bit less. Not much, but just a little bit. Let's try that, and then once we end up here... I'll increase the gravity a little bit. And then by the time we end up on the end of that block, we'll be back to normal. Let's try that. Gay below. Okay. Okay, that felt better. Okay. I want to be gay. I mean, I don't think a YouTube comment is going to determine that. I think that's just kind of up to you, you know? Okay, so that's not going to work. Maybe a green orb. Because, like, all the orbs are screwed up because you're also hitting a blue orb at the same time. So maybe, like, green would be... Okay. Nope, wrong, wrong portal. Sorry, G. Didn't mean to get your hopes up like that, Mr. Blue. Can you name all 5 gay people? I don't think there's that many. What? Just what? Why? Why, Geometry Dash? What the hell? Okay, why couldn't you do that in the editor? Weird. What do you think of the Chris Tyson incident? I don't think I know enough about it to really say anything. Seems like... I think there was some, like, pedophilia happening, and then Mr. Beast, like, covered it up because they were friends, which is pretty fucked up. Something like that. I don't know. I don't really care what kind of struggles someone's going with. As soon as, like, the least bit of pedophilia happens, I lose all sympathy for them. Do you play Fall Guys? No. That's a game where, like, maybe it'd be fun with some friends or something, but generally, like, the controls and everything look so, like, abysmally shit to where, like, there's no point in playing if, like, you're not drunk with your friends or whatever. That does not really hold any interest with me. Kind of like Gang Beasts or whatever. Like, that game just, like, it looks like the point of it is that it controls like shit, and that makes it, like, funnier. You know, like, that's a valid argument, I think. It's like, yeah, I get that our game feels terrible to play, but that's the point. It's supposed to be, like, it's supposed to make you laugh. That's why, like, that one, like, fighting game called Drunken Warriors is a thing. Just, like, 2 UFC dudes with, like, crazy ragdoll physics beating each other up. I think that's funny. That's pretty cool. When is Drunk Stream coming? You might get in trouble with, like, YouTube TOS or something if you're, like... I don't know. I don't know how that works. There's a lot of kids on YouTube probably not gonna do that. Yeah, I have no real interest in getting drunk on stream. Okay, but seriously, it's because sometimes gay people are usually a stereotype. What does that mean? What does that mean? Yeah, like, I have 100,000 reasons to not like Mr. Beast, but, like, him covering up the pedophile working for him, it's like, yeah, no. No. Top 10 people who will never have my respect. I mean, I respect Mr. Beast as, like, a freaking, like, content grinder. Like, yeah, take some resolve, take some hard work. I'm not taking that away from him, but, like, damn, can you not be a gross little fucker? A slimy little fucker, dude. Don't trust that dude. Oh, I didn't trust that dude from the beginning, and now, like, now that everyone else is starting to be like, hey, wait, he's not a perfect little angel? He's not a saint? Like, there's no way you actually thought that, dude. Are you serious? It's pretty depressing to see the amount of people just now realizing, like, wait a second, maybe this guy is not to be trusted. Please don't be a PETA when you reach 500/1,000,000 subscribers. I see, like, the nice part is I already hit 500 subscribers, and I'm in the clear, you know. If there's such a thing as, like, a negative pedophile, that's me right there. Guys, adult women, just saying. Why you guys going after these, like... I don't know. I don't get it. I don't get it. Adult women are really cool. They're really, really cool. And if adult men are your thing, they're also pretty cool. But, like... have you considered that they're not cool until they're, like, you know, fully matured with their brains and their thoughts and things? I don't know. It makes less sense to me than, like, almost anything. I think, yeah, I'm trying to think of an analogy that would make less sense, but nope, that is the least sensible thing I could possibly come up with. What's up, Lane? How you doing? So who's Ava Tyson? Was that what their name was after their, like, transition or whatever? Yeah, okay, I gotcha. Yeah, rapist, pedophile. Like, what are your thoughts on that situation? Whose side are you on? Like, are you serious? Do you even have to ask that question? Like, I don't know a whole lot about the scenario. But from what I can gather, rapist, pedophile. There's not much of a side to be on. It's just, yep, kill that guy. Not actually. I don't really condone killing anybody, but you get my point. I really love adult women. Me too, man. I just think adult people are really great. Keep it up with that growing and maturing as a person. I think everyone under the age of 16 has like an 85% chance to bug the shit out of me. But like adults? Dude, that's it right there. I love my grandma. That's good news. I'm so glad. Sure, man. Why are we talking about pedo? Someone asked about it. That's all it really boils down to on a stream. Why are we talking about this? Well, that's how conversations are born. Someone brings up a topic, and then people share their thoughts. There's very few topics that I'm not going to talk about on my stream. Like, I don't really get into a lot of political stuff for obvious reasons, but everything else, like, yeah, I'll talk about God. I'll talk about my views on, like, pedophile situations. Because do you think the pedophile situation is going to get any better if we don't talk about it? Do you think anything good is going to happen if we stop, like, shedding light on that? Like, I get that everyone's senses are being numb to, like, all the pedophiles coming out just because it seems like there's a new batch, like, every year. Like, oh, you know, these YouTubers you grew up with? Yep, pedophiles, sorry. Like, that sucks. But we can't let it become normal. Because then we'll start, you know, to not bat our eyes at it or whatever. We're just like, yeah, whatever. Another pedophile, who cares? Yeah, we should care. This is really bad. We cannot let this become normal, because that's what they want. That is exactly what they want. As soon as that horrible, wicked mindset enters the whole love is love argument, it's over. We cannot let that happen. You play the GP. I will play the GP in just a moment. That should hopefully be pretty good, I think. What's up, Sonic Guy YT? How you doing? Let me get a practice run. Up. Why does it do that? Why do I just clip into the blocks? It's so stupid. Ugh. This is real neat, not gonna lie. I'm glad you like it, Singularity. Dude, Singularity, shout out to that guy. He's been around on my channel for like 2 years at this point or something. I haven't seen that guy forever. I don't know if it's oversharing. I am really sorry to hear that. Holy shit. Yeah, I am really, really sorry to hear that. I'm glad that you've kind of taken that and transformed it into a lot of like motivation to kind of eliminate that, I suppose. If this has formed a very strongly against the kind of grooming pedophile shit kind of mindset for you. And I think that's like a good outcome of this, but not that I would wish that on anybody, of course, but game be broken, it sure do. So this is kind of tricky. I don't know why I keep dying there. We got some more recent tab bingo coming out soon. Got some more observation duty coming out soon. So next video will be Fexty Part 2. That's what I'm mainly going to focus on for right now. After that, probably recent tab, and then observation duty after that. Do you still like Hines? I mean, his levels are fantastic. There's no real arguing that, but you know, obviously the pedophile thing makes it a lot harder to appreciate him as a person. Can you showcase so far? I just did that. I literally just got back after doing a showcase. Please just rewind the stream. I know you've been here too. I know you're not new. I'm almost positive you've been here and you just like have been in and out. Yeah, glad you guys like the gameplay so far. Nope. I need start position, please. Can you? Yeah, but like, can you show us the gameplay though? That was a cool gameplay, but like, how about that gameplay? You know what I'm saying? True. So true, Lane. So true. Oh yeah, there's a melee tournament going on right now. The Nouns Invitational. I need to watch that later. Is this 4 times speed? I think so. Put invisible slopes between the ones you keep slipping through. I've heard that some people say that's like a thing you're supposed to do. I don't know. I'll try. So we'll put these on their own layer. Do like 3 maybe. Yeah, do some of that. Okay. That should be good. What was that? Why did this happen to me? Okay, we need less gravity here. Why? I'm not getting enough height there. Damn. This is also really close. I didn't consider that. This black orb is very close to killing itself on these spikes here. Not good. Okay, well that was fine. This is a little inconsistent, not quite sure what's going on there. What if we just bite the bullet, say, both of you will have to become mini. I don't think that'll really matter for the top, though. Yeah, I don't think that matters. I think the top can be mini just fine. Howdy, I am subscribed. This is excellent news. Thank you, bro. I knew you could do it. Oh, Nouns Invitationals right now? Me and my GF were going to watch that, but she's asleep. Such a shame. Honestly, I think you should kill her with knives. You know, but like fake knives to where she just has to wake up and watch Nouns Invitational. That's usually what I use my fake knives for. It's like, wake up. There's melee happening, please. Welcome back, Husky. How you doing? Did you end up getting that Saturday off? I don't know if you ended up answering that. Okay, I want something to happen here with a big slope. Let's try this. Maybe something neat can happen. Saturday off, Sunday will be mandatory overtime for me. Okay, so not a full weekend. Still kind of sucks, though. Glad you got at least a little bit of a weekend. Not what I had in mind, I guess. I thought I'd be clicking and then sloping it up after that. Let's space that out a bit more. Weird. Okay. Is there like an orb we can hit here? Maybe a black orb? No, because we need to microclick if we didn't want to end up holding into it. That's not good. What keeps happening there? Why am I doing that? Right, too light. Okay, that's not gonna work. Nope. I hate spicy foods. Some people just can't handle it, and I feel bad for them because spicy food is best food. Okay, probably I'll just go ahead and do a spider orb onto some kind of platform with some pads. Well, would a spider orb even work like that? I don't know. I've never used a spider orb in a classic swing. Okay, yeah, still works. Cool. I thought maybe clicking here would click a blue as well, so we would switch gravity, and these would kind of act as a blue pad. But no, we're good. Why is a freaky ball game mode recommended by Molpan? I don't know what that means. Thailand has the greatest food out of any country. Ooh, Mexico would give you a run for your money, I think. I've had some Thai food before, and I've been impressed. I think Japanese cuisine, Italian cuisine, Mexican cuisine. Those are the best right there. I do a whole lot of crime for some Thai food right now. Define a whole lot of crime. Like, where do you draw the line? How much crime is too much crime for Thai food? As part Italian, Italian cuisine is yummers. I miss yummers. I haven't said yummers in a while. Food is a very, really good. So true. 10 crimes at minimum. See, like, what crimes, though? I need you to specify. What if I bounced off the slope a little bit? That'd be nice. DeFrog is wild. Thank you so much for the 1 month of rated membership. I appreciate that, dude. Always grateful for the renewals. Thanks, Howdy, for making great content. Always put a smile on my face and always me making laugh. Keep putting out great content. Thanks again, Go. Thank you, dude. Appreciate that. Yeah, I'm trying my best to pump out as much content as I can. Hasn't been as consistent as like a year or two ago, but part of it. Ooh, that's cool. I like that. I like that. Yeah, I'm committed to the head bonk. Let's go do that. Jaywalking isn't a crime. True. Wow, you're so memver. I'm so proud. I would jaywalk 10 times for some Thai food. Well, luckily for you, that's how you get to the Thai restaurant. You have to jaywalk 10 times. Not that. What am I doing? I think I'm gonna die there. I think that's what that squiggly line means. I think that means, what do I do there? I guess I'll just kill you. That's what the game said to me. Okay, that smoothed out the squiggly line. I think we're gonna live there. I think that's what that means. Okay. I guess I'll have this just be like a pretty typical swing, straight swing, I guess, because you're not really flying. You be swinging. Can I be cutting your videos? I don't know what that means. Hey, put down that knife. Leave my videos alone. You can cut my videos if you use safety scissors. Ding! Hi, howdy. What's going on? Tom Pickace, right? Tom Pickace? Am I saying that right? There's a couple ways I could go. At first, I read Tompy Ace. Okay, Tom Pickace, sweet dude. Got it right the first time. Had to think real hard about that. I was a real thinker. I was a real thinker. Oh, you're offering to edit my videos for me. No, I'm good, thank you. I'll edit for the time being. Maybe in the future I'll hire some editors. Right now, I do not make enough money to justify that. Like, if I was paying editors to make my videos, I would be making, like, shit for money. Like, absolutely nothing. Because most of that would have to go to the editor. But if I was making, like, several $1,000s off each video, yeah, for sure. I'll give whoever's editing that, like, $1,000 or $2,000 or something. That's plenty good money for me, plenty good money for the editor. Like, right now, there's not enough money I'm making to go around. So I kind of need all that. Can I do your taxes? I have already done them this year, but maybe next year I will hire you. And your services, you're only going to use like melee terminology to describe everything. And that's just going to be like, oh, okay, well, I get that. That makes sense. All you needed to do is use melee terminology. I get it. What is that picture in the bottom? That's Hungry Box. He's a competitive Smash player. And that's just a little screenshot from one of his like pop-offs where, you know, he beat somebody in bracket and he's really excited. But his pants kind of puffed up, so it makes his butt look really big. We call him the Cake Man. Most people don't even really know or care who he is. They just know that he has big fat cake, and that's enough, man. Well, what else do you need if you have big fat cake? Life is just easy mode if you have a big butt. Like, regardless of, like, gender or sexuality, big butts are pretty much always appreciated. I saw this video. It was like these guys going around a college campus interviewing girls, asking them what their favorite part about a guy like physically is, and almost all of them said butt. And I thought that was really funny, because all the dudes were like, "Oh, probably like our abs and our like biceps, right? Maybe like our faces or our hair." Like, no, dude, all of them said butt. I'm gonna tell you that right now. I'll give you a little insider clue. The elites don't want you to know, but the girls like butts. Box is probably my least favorite person in the top 30. Is that just because, like, Puff Lame, screw that guy? Or, like, I feel like everyone has an H-Box story of, like, man, he went up to my hotel room once and punched me in the face, gave me a black eye. Hate that guy. Hate Hungry Box. He's so mean to me, bro. The girls want that ass. Which, like, honestly, if I were a girl, I would probably still want that ass. I'm gonna be honest. Asses are pretty cool. It's kind of funny how people describe things as, yeah, dude, that shit's ass. But, like, sometimes that's a good thing. Just a pretty bad person law. See, like, I don't know. You could make the bad person argument for pretty much everybody just because we're all humans who are very flawed and very broken people. It's just some people are better at hiding their brokenness, and some people are broken in slightly worse ways, or in the case of, like, pedophiles, like, much worse ways. But I don't know. The whole, like, good person argument is kind of tricky. Like, whether or not truly good people exist. Like, I don't know. For me, there's bad people and less bad people. That's kind of where I'm at right now. I love how he talks about the most random things ever. I feel like if you're following along with how the conversation is progressing, it doesn't feel very random. I'm not like, yo, Tidal Wave and Geometry Dash and Zoink. You know what I'm saying, guys? Can I get an amen? Just talking about relevant GD topics is so boring. I need something like intellectually stimulating to keep me sane. Yeah, I don't know much about the Hungry Box situation. I think I heard something about like infidelity or something. Here's what I'm gonna do because this looks terrible. Let me just I don't know. I don't have any evidence for any of that. So, like, that could just be a rumor that was spreading, and Hungrybox wasn't in the wrong. Could have been super, super in the wrong, in which case that sucks. Please don't do that. Man, every insurer is a level. That's crazy. Bye, howdy, smiley face. Have a good one, Tom Pick Ace. You take it easy, bro. Appreciate you stopping by today. Have a good time in the mines or something. Minecraft, am I right, fellow kids? Oh, yeah. Every end is neat, TBH, I don't know. I don't know, like, I feel like 1.0 levels get a lot of flack, but it's kind of for a good reason, because a lot of people keep making 1.0 levels and pretending like they're really interesting and quirky. It was interesting years ago, and now it's not really interesting anymore. I think every end does kind of mix things up a little bit. Like, every end has a purpose. It's not like, you know, quote-unquote quirky 1.0 level number 16, you know? Like, it actually mixes things up a bit. It's far from the most interesting level in the top however many. I don't know where. It's like top 4, I think. Chikwin Jockey, I'm so funny, right? I wish the internet did not share that mentality of humor with, like, every joke that is ever made. Like, I haven't seen the Minecraft movie, but I know why people keep saying chicken jockey, and I'm so sick of it already. I don't know how you guys can just keep making the same jokes and not get sick of it. Like, I'd be lying if I didn't have, like a gag or a bit with a friend that keeps going on through the weeks and months and whatever. Like, yeah, I'm guilty of that, I would say. Like, man, I just don't get some of you guys, though. The humor is just so broken where you don't need anything new. You just keep saying the same thing and like, yes, I did it, dude. I mastered the comedy. Let's go. People get sick of it. It's already dead. I mean, clearly not. As long as there are 8-year-olds, jokes will never truly die. Why did this happen to me? I think I touched the portal too soon. Why is your name Howdy, by the way? Just my initials, but given a bit of a southern twist, you know what I'm saying? How can I get like a boing boing kind of deal? Maybe like a black red? It's really hard to tell what you're supposed to do with a swing like this. What about the Sabrina layout? It's in the process of being decorated right now. Hopefully it'll be out around late summer, early autumn kind of range. Nope, that is quite the opposite of what we need. Could I maybe... So, hold on. If I switch these... What if I did that? Where would I go? Okay, well, that... Why did I go that way, you dumbass? Okay, that's maybe better. Let's try that a little bit. DeFrog is wild. You take it easy, dude. Have a good day. Appreciate your membership renewal today, and I'll see you later. Okay, nope. That's not going to do it. Maybe 2 red? Will I have switched gravity then, and then I can do it again, but in the opposite direction, maybe? Ooh, interesting. Okay, let's try that. Okay, what if I made this more consistent by sloping them down? So, like, after this click right here, this thing pushes you down onto this orb. So, like, regardless of how this timing is maybe a little late or a little early, you're not going to miss the orbs. That should be pretty okay. Nope. Yes, that's what I want right there. Sweet deal. That's feeling pretty consistent right there. What are lyrics? So we have the song here pinned at the top of the chat, I believe. Let me see. Please pause. He did not pause. Sorry about that. That was maybe loud. I'm sure if you follow that link at the top of the chat, you can find like a YouTube comment with. No, there aren't YouTube comments. Okay. Walls of Jericho. Fair to Midland lyrics. I'm just gonna copy and paste them into the chat. If I don't know, that's too many lyrics, I think. I don't think I can post that actually. Yeah, I'm 1100 characters over the limit. Never mind. Just look up Walls of Jericho Fair to Midland lyrics. You'll find it. It's gonna be alright. I have an old 1.9 style level using Bon Jovi's song Bed of Roses. That sounds cool. Link doesn't work for you. Yeah, so like I've heard the link doesn't work for some people because I think the song is copyrighted in certain countries, so maybe you're not able to find it, which is kind of sad. Okay. Oh yeah, I'm killing myself right there. Actually, that's not very cool. So we need more of them H blocks. H blocks. That's the guy with the fat cake in the corner. I'm curious, Lane, if you're still here. What are your favorite players in the top 30? And you said H-Box is your least favorite player in the top 30, so I wonder if there's someone just outside the top 30 that's worse. Or maybe you just said that because it sounded right. That's interesting. Ooh, that's perfect. The howdy chat torture method joke will never not be funny. Howdy chat torture method. Not sure what this means. I'm torturing myself with the method of streaming and having to read the chat. No, I think Mech has been banned from the rankings for the past couple years. Zion is banned from competition, so because there's no in-person events that he's gone to, or like been allowed at, they can't rank him either. They would probably both be top 100 if I were to guess. I don't know much about Zion. I know Mech is like really, really homophobic, racist guy. And then once he got banned for being really homophobic and racist, he's like, guys, they hate me because of my religion. Like, no, that's not how it works. They hated me because of my beliefs. I'm like, okay. What are your beliefs? Like, white people, best people. Like, yeah, okay, so that's the problem. I have not had to sit down with Meg. I don't know his exact views, but, like, I don't think that's enough of a reason to be able to play a victim card. Nice try. Your friend beat Zion on a Fox Ditto, made you super happy. Nice. And uses tap jump? That's nuts. Tap jump with Fox is insane because of the 3-frame jump squat. Tap jump is infinitely easier the longer your jump squat is. So the fact that you can do that with Fox is crazy. I tried to be a tap jump player and play Fox. I couldn't do it. Okay, that seems nice. And then probably to make this consistent as well, I'll land on a block right here. Like, this will be it. That's right there. Probably space it out with some more half blocks as well, just to be safe. Just a little bit more space. Not a whole block, but I want some more room to put some spikes here on either side. Tap jump for every single jump is nuts. I know people use tap jump for, like, buffering. Like, jumps out of meteor cancel and stuff, because apparently you can't do that with just, like, pressing the jump button, but yeah, tap jumpers, they're just naturally at a disadvantage because of their habit or whatever, but if they can make it work, that's fantastic. I was not able to do that. Your voice is deep, bro. I feel like it's pretty standard in terms of pitch. It's just particularly raspy at the moment, and for that I'm not quite sure why, but yeah, there was this guy, he showed up the other day in my stream and he was like, dude, your voice is way deeper than I remember. Because, like, if you watch my videos back from, like, 2 years ago, my voice is noticeably higher. Even though, like, I don't think I don't think there's any, like, remnants of puberty that were, like, taking effect. I think I literally just started talking differently. But people I know have gotten deeper voices well into adulthood, well after puberty, and their voices keep getting deeper. So, I mean, it happens. It definitely happens. Gotta go see how. Just have a good one. Hexagonagon 555, I think is how you say that. I do a pretty okay Venom impression. Yeah. Oh. Okay. I might space that out with a half block as well, just for a more consistently strong kind of angle that sends you down there. That'd be nice. We'll give that a try. We'll give that a try. Caught in 4K hacking. True. Do I play Roblox? Not really. When I do, I'll hop on, like, Dungeon Quest with my wife or something. Okay. That looks pretty consistent. I don't think I'm going to die to either of these. Looks good. Okay. Sweet. Probably going to end stream here. I'm pretty pleased with that. I'll do one final showcase of the level so far. Looking pretty good. Played Roblox once since I was like 7 or so. Why so serious, Obby? I don't know what any of that is. Roblox is just boring, not gonna lie. I mean, I don't think that's a very good argument, because the thing with Roblox is that it has, like, every other game that is in existence, but just, like, a free version that's kind of a little dinky. Like, if you want to play FNAF, there's, like, a Roblox knockoff. If you want to play Geometry Dash, there's a Roblox knockoff. If any game out there, there's a Roblox knockoff, and some of them are surprisingly good. Regardless of, like, the drama with the developers, Phantom Forces is a surprisingly high-quality first-person shooter. So, like, Roblox is a hub for lots of games, so saying it's boring doesn't really make any sense, I guess. If you just don't like how like cheap and knockoff some of those games can feel, like that's a valid argument. I feel like, I don't know, not really a Roblox guy. I think I'm just gonna play Call of Duty instead of Phantom Forces. Like, that's fair. That's fair. I can agree with some of that, but a boring I don't think is a very good argument. Up. Up. Yeah, that's pretty tough right there, that transition. I'll have to make that a little more consistent, I think. There is the level right there. I'm making a Aternus level. Any tips? No. I make good levels? No, that's mean. Good luck, whatever an Aternus level is. I support you. Okay, well, there's a little progress update for you. I guess if you want to play test it, let me know of your thoughts. Whilst Jericho right there is the ID, I guess. First, that's right. Oh, yeah. Ever used any triggers in your levels? Generally, no. I use alpha triggers, gravity triggers, options triggers. That's about it. I don't really use any movement triggers or anything crazy like that. Generally, I like to keep my gameplay stationary, no nonsense, you know, not trying to pull any tricks on you. Sometimes I will make certain things invisible if they're existing in my level for the sake of a bug fix and it looks kind of ugly. Like that's when I'll make things invisible. But if you need to know about it in the level, it's going to be visible and it's not going to be moving. I think that's pretty cool. Did you play any games from Studio Project Moon Games? I don't know what that is. Probably not, I would assume. You can use, hide, and save group IDs. Sure. I'm gonna have to look up what Project Moon is, though. Project Moon Games. This reminds me of like Persona or something from the Google Images. Okay, I'll look into that later. They got Peak games though. I'm late. You are late, I'm afraid. Sync. I'm sorry about that. We are wrapping things up here. But we made some pretty good progress on our layout here today. I'm kind of wanting to just buckle down, get this layout out, so I can work on my next project, which I think is going to be a Reddit level. I am looking forward to starting that. That's going to be fun. It might be an Extreme Demon. I don't know. We might make another Extreme. It might be about time. That'll be pretty fun. So, like, okay, my last level was Espresso. Before that, I think it was Na, which was an Extreme Demon. So I guess we're getting right back on that Extreme Demon horse after this one. Yeah, I am aware what Geode is, and I would like to play with viewers at some point, but I don't think for most of the GD streams I do, it's going to be very serviceable for a Geode, like, stream. That just wouldn't really make sense if I'm trying to beat Fexty and there's like 100 kids in there with me, or trying to verify my level and there's 100 kids in there. Like, I don't know. No, thanks. I will cut for free if you want. I'm good. Don't worry about it. I've got it covered. Appreciate the offer. Make a private globe room and cherry pick people. True, true. Community thing with a multiplayer game like Repo or something. I've done like pretty big lobbies of like Lethal Company and stuff before. Okay, we are going to thank the wonderful folks who stopped by and donated to the Howdy Foundation here today. We got Artificial with the $44.99 Turkish lira to kick things off. Well, Troxus with £8. That is quite a lot of money. Thank you so much for your 4 different donations today. Shigo with the rated membership renewed for 7 months. Thank you very much. Husky with the gifted membership to Unfinished Bread, if I recall. Very kind of you. Thank you. Little Corny Cobb renewing the Epic membership for 9 months. Crazy amount of money. Very generous of you. Thank you. Flip Kid with the $2. Good to see you. Glad you made it. And DeFrog's Wild renewing the rated membership for 1 month. I appreciate you guys. You guys are all fantastic. Regardless of how much money you did or did not spend on the stream here today, you all spent your time, and that is the most valuable resource we are given. So thank you so much for being here. It's been great. On the docket here, I'm going to wrap up this level probably pretty quickly. I'm going to be streaming this level pretty consistently for the next week or two. I'm going to play Rayman Origins and Legends this year, hopefully. I'm definitely playing Super Meat Boy again. We're doing that. We're also doing Halo Reach. We're doing Sly 3. We got all sorts of non-GD games on the little schedule for this year. I'm very excited. Next stream when? Probably not tomorrow. It'll probably be Monday or Tuesday, around the same time as it was today. So stick around. Stay tuned. You know, if it helps, maybe hit the subscribe button to hit the notification thing or whatever. I don't know. I don't ever hit the bell, so I don't know if it helps or not, but hey, keep on the lookout for some more content on the future here. We got all sorts of streams coming up. But yeah, until that happens, you guys have been a wonderful audience. Whoa! XPM stopping by. Last minute with these €6. I appreciate that. Hola. Hola to yourself as well. Oh, hola is what your people say, you know, from the European land. Makes sense. Oh, that could actually be Spain. I didn't think about that. They probably use the euro. That sounds pretty plausible, I think. Appreciate it, man. Thank you so much. Appreciate stopping by right at the end there. Sorry you missed most of the stream, but hey, progress bar, you know, rewind it and re-experience it. That's what I would do. I just got home from King's Day, so now you're making me look up things and making me feel like a stupid. King's Day. Dutch holiday celebrating the king's birthday on the 27th of April. Interesting. Okay, cool. Right on. Well, I hope that went well. That's pretty cool. Drank too much alcohol. Okay, that would explain why you have switched languages from Dutch to French. Do you know the Neverhood? No, I do not know what that is. Anyway, that's gonna be it for our stream here today. You guys are fantastic. I will see you when I see you, hopefully. Hopefully gonna be Monday or Tuesday, but we'll see. Yeah, thank you for being here. Have a great rest of your day or night, and goodbye forever.